Today, our guest today.
Yes.
How can we introduce her? How can we introduce her?
Yeah. Unathi Mabunda Mbokodo.
Oh, Mbokodo.
Mbokodo.
Marabaru kunathi Mbokodo. So it's a serious Mbokodo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, atite kinyana kahle kahle. Tikwente tata fana timbokodo.
Tafainana ne.
Yeah. So our author.
Yeah.
Sister.
Our speaker.
Usisi.
Our
entertainer. Our
everything.
Yes.
She's everything.
Yes. Unathi
Mabunda. Welcome here.
Welcome, my sister.
Wow, thank you so much. I am humbled. I'm honored. Sesame leader from woman to woman. When coming from another woman, I am humbled. I'm humbled.
All right, now you are sidelining me.
I'm not. I am. And rather come say what I know when I'm high. You say what I know by interfering with our Radio Bushbuckridge. Today I'm very excited. Thank you so much for having me.
And bangwalo say la ku bomba he bangwane kota ka bomba otwa say ku charity begins at home.
Sem kuma senir ka bo newsroom Africa hala ni baka ba SAFM ay mara phela ka ya men wana wa kujonza bodide ka saya sentayarini masibona
and godide kokwala nje la lokufunza la thula mahashi la
sen wana wale la dome kwala role la nwan se mara manje ndeni akala mutweding hala masibona
ay madoda mara nawe ngakuseta mama yakufinal ushaba mpuphu ushabela mpuphu I'm glad that today is the 16th of June and we are setting the record straight.
Yeah.
Wow.
It says Unathi umungwadi, right?
Yes,
and ungwadi puku yago normally ge ke bala ka puku yago ina le motswakonyana wa manyalo motswakonyana wa mjolo nyana inside and then ke yengwe tsewa gore why o ye wa kgetha go ngwala puku ya mkhuta o ya gore girls prepare boys show up.
Wow, that's a big question. Hey, girls prepare boys show up. It came from my own quest of wanting to find out who am I outside the institution of marriage. Because a girl child, in most cases, we are told from a young age, the most important day of your life is the day that you get married. And I asked myself to say, marriage is something that we find in this life. But what if it doesn't happen for me, or it happens when I'm 60? So what is the purpose of my existence if I'm never married, or I'm married later in life? So I wanted to find my own voice, my own space in the world, and wanting to know what is the purpose of my existence. So it was from my own quest of asking myself questions, of praying about it, of researching about it, and that's how we gave birth to the book.
Oh, okay. E ka ba le gore bohlokwa ba lenyalo go basadi ke eng ka re ba ratse gore basadi ba bantshi rena le go khotlelela ka re ga manyalo even though ratse ba gore sometimes re dula ka ga manyalo le gore a abusive.
And Emelita, before she answered,
okay,
only this terminology ka ke rata ka spulana ba re mosadi o tsara thipa
ka bogale.
Wow.
Do we have to go re dule ka in abusive marriage even though ra tšiba gore ka moga gore dia re aswa mele for the sake of for God ke papa bana nka sa sepeng.
So Melissa, before I answer your question, I noted it down, but I would like to say as a disclaimer, because in most cases when you're a feminist, you are deemed for our high respect marriage. I just want to put a disclaimer to say we can never underestimate or understate the importance of marriage in our communities. Communities, humanity comes from marriage. Marriage is very important. We are who we are today because we make our money, never papa. But having said that, there are so many factors that are challenging the 2x2 notion. Even in spite of our best training, we are unable to remain married. What do you say to a girl longer namunta 5 months down the line at Kumasar pregnant, I ask you. And there's a rise of people who are today are identifying themselves as gay men, which means if you meet five gay couples, you are having 10 sisters who are losing out on husbands. Wow. We are looking at your prison and a research that the 2018-2019 World Citizen data. I'm talking about South Africa now. We had about 4,000 female inmates that are incarcerated. But of that 4,200, I want to tell you that there was 164,000 men who were incarcerated at the same time. So you can see that the numbers are not adding up. So now, coming back to answering your question, why is it that women sometimes find themselves staying in abusive marriages? Now we are talking about a threat to somebody's life. To the point what is causing that? And I think this book is trying to the reason problem is because we are told unless you are married, you don't have value. It doesn't matter how much you achieve. Anointed because you are not Mrs. So and so. And you find what everyone is looking for. We are all looking for love. We are looking for status. We are looking for dignity and acceptance. And unfortunately, in society, we are told today,
yeah, my sister nkombela ku divert nyana nje ku huma ndayitwisa swa ku ya research ta ku tala ndaku swa ku yendlile deeply somatic calculations lo ndo ku yingisela mara nkombela ku vuya la ka mhaka liya vango behind a successful man is a woman.
Yes. I really truly believe that statement is true, because women, like I said in the book, women we are usually prepared for things.
Okay.
Men, in most cases, the role of a man, and I really go back to now the Bible. The man kupelok abo mina na una itatile. Amita ku kamina ngwamabunda. Amita ku ngwamabunda lembeleri la ka muntu lo ita aka ini. Maso kuntiru ngwamabunda kwendla ini is to make it happen. Women, that's why women make better managers. We will manage things. You come back, me I give you a meal. That's how women are designed. So really, it's true. In most cases, behind every successful man, there is, there is a powerful woman behind. You look around our society today, it's not something that I'm proud of, but it's an example that you can use. When you look around and anywhere in the world, how many families do we see that are successful? And of those families, how many do we see that papa? So that shows you something that God the Bible said it's not good for a man to be alone. Mara, is it also not good for a woman to be alone? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because then what's a question like kur antoti calculations leti atangwe hit magata kur baba nuna ba njanja magata kuba gay, even though I will kure cancela site lera rabo akunga magakur at least clarity ikati calculations totally atangwe.
La I ringeta ku vula ku ri a ku ri na nkarhi lowu a swi fanerile, maybe I don't know, maybe 70 years back. Ku ri n'wana wa nhwanyana a byeriwa ku u fanele u cata mara namuntlha hi fanele hi byela n'wana wa hina ku live your best life today. Marriage is a beautiful thing, it's a wonderful institution, mara hambu nga chatanga n'wana wa me na ku honora, hambu nga chatanga n'wana wa me, what you owe to your society, what you owe to community is to live the best life that you can live for yourself.
Ses Unathi re sa bola ka taba lenyalo ra tseba gore lenyalo le botlhokwa le ibile is a beautiful thing, and ka mogare ga lenyalo, even though I'm not married, but we have to talk ka lenyalo, and then ra tseba gore communication e botlhokwa, attention e botlhokwa ka ga lenyalo. E fela ra bona gore manyala mantsi a fela because of gona a lack of communication. Ga re lebelele taba ya botlhokwa e nngwe ya ke tlo igwata ke re tlo bolela ka nthongwe le nngwe re tlo bolela ka sexual appetite. Sexual appetite ke yone nngwe le gore e senya malapa ya mawe ka ona e ka ba le gore sexual appetite e tloga ile botlhokwa kudu ka mogare ga lenyalo.
Another research that we did in the book, and there's been so many studies done, to date, but most of the studies, if not all of them, will always tell you that women have a lower sex drive to as compared to men. And in my view, I don't think that was a mistake or is a mistake. I think it was God's way of bringing about harmony. Because now, in the olden days, now, papa 17.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if the women had the same appetite as the men? Balance.
Yeah.
And so I think that was God's way of bringing about harmony. So women have a lower sex drive, and that makes it even easier for us. We are celibate. We are fully functional on our own. Mara unfortunately ntonga kuihanya kamsaba liya yaku uthava kuvula kule phela mina I can function on my own. Swi mata mhaka ya mjolo ne yi tekiwe yi hype ngopfu leri na ku wa chava ku vula ku feme anjoli man twisisa ntonga ku it's not normal, but honestly there's a lot of women who are staying for boma 6 months, boma 1 year without having sex, and some of them are doing okay. Of course, there is always an exception to the rule. There are others that can't, but I'm sure a big number of women have a lower sex drive and purpose.
Okay, so my sister, as celebrate ngweti ya lavantshwa again, un'wana u ta tivisa leswaku okay ku tsala buku ni fanele sungula njhani kumbe ti-challenges leti nga koka ku tsala buku, because van'wana tota ku ndi refere ka mani un'wana nda kuma piece yo karhi ka mani hlanganisa ni piece ya mani na piece ya mani. N'we ku va mi tsala buku, ti-challenges leti mi nga hlangana na to along the way mi nga yi sharela?
Honestly, so I did not meet a challenge. Actually, I met a whole lot of help. I think it's important to knock at the right doors. And I love the question. I think for me, the biggest challenge that one has is a concept you are passionate about, because it doesn't help interviewer. You don't even know your own stuff, man. So if you feel mina enough information, I will leave the details the gentleman lo angami, my publisher. The guy that published my book, I chose him because he's young. I believe he's 24 years old. Actually, wow. 23. He's 23, but he's already a publisher of the book. And I wanted to empower young people. I didn't go to a big big
publishers,
house, yes. A big publisher. I was like, this young man, for him to leave university and say, I'm passionate about this, then there is something here. And we are doing wonderful. In February, I was honored by the South African State Theatre. They called me, they said, Miss Mabunda, we love your book, we want to launch it for you. So it's not even about a big publishing house, as long as you get a publisher who is invested in what you want to do. And so if there are people who are listening today and they are not sure where to start, with the details of my publisher, I'll also leave my own details.
Yeah, one of I don't know, it's she's your friend or she's your young girl. Look, that's my girl. You go, girl. Unathi Mabunda. Wow, congratulations. Wow. Facebook page.
Oh wow! I have received so much support from everyone and so much love. I am so humbled by the response that I've received. I'm telling you, this book is less than 5 months old, but it's a lot. I've even been website because of this book. So I'm really very grateful to the community ya Palabora. And I've seen a lot of love from Bushbuckridge. I think I have about 16,000 followers on Facebook, but a big chunk of that even by Bushbuckridge. So I'm very, very grateful and humble.
Okay. Yeah, my sister, Higurika Yankarwa, no, why Bonzo Kamara. Loka ho hagimeta sweswi mara va akatiko va le kaya kumbe vahlayi va buku ya me kumbe valandzeri va me loko vo ka va nga twanga timhaka leti loko vo ha pfala sweswi ni nga ti vulavulanga ni nga twa mbilu ya me yi vavile ku va ni nga va xerhelanga nga va ku ri yini my sister?
Okay, I think in that kotanyana ku tekanyana kun'wana la ka buku lewa ka page 93. It's an epilogue. Ni tsalele hi mngani wa mina loyi nga kula swin'we. I was very impressed, but I put it here because I thought it sums up what this book is about. So I'm just going to read it. It's page 93 of the book. It says, what do we really seek from relationships? Is it love, affirmation, stability, or good times? These are all beautiful things to have. But what if we are not blessed with marriage? Or what if our marriages are meant to come later in life? We can't live our lives waiting to be completed or to be made happy by another person who we never promised will come anyway. Unathi's book is everything that Unathi is. It's a gift that I'll give to myself, I'll give to my daughters before they leave home. Life is a beautiful, delicious cake. Marriage is that cherry on top. Should the baker omit to garnish the cake with cherry, rest assured it will not make the cake taste less divine. So I think that tells you what the book is about.
Ntonga kunamhlotamela ku humanyana do ngayisayiko.
Buti you see, this is your calling, mama. Kota ku endla munhu atitwa amukelekile. I am very, very happy. Thank you so much for hosting me and for having me.
Yeah. Right. So my sister, as vele today laba mswakutala, yes, I hope and believe that they are listening today and bangwan baba subasuna ku wow kasikaya inaba. Kata, to be honest, a Bushbuckridge hina talent mara will make sure kor talent ya umelele as Radio Bushbuckridge. But for a message kala vamswa minga ku yinkabo as today we are celebrating this Youth Day.
Wow, okay. I think my advice to every young girl, young boy is none of us know the days that have been allocated lamsabeni. So tomorrow remains a promise. What I can say to you is live your best life today. And since we are talking to the youth, I would like to say most of us are a product of the choices that we make. So choose wisely. The decisions that you are making today will impact your tomorrow.
Wow. Thank you, my sister, and we wish you the best going forward, and hope to wish to talk to you in the near future. Itokore a way forward sifamba njani.
Na kenza swinene nkombela ku ri ni siya number liya WhatsApp ku loko ku ri na vana lava nga ta lava ku va ti authors in the future yiri 0794182077 number liya nakambe 0794182077 ni kensile swinene.
Wow, kensile sese Radio Bushbuckridge kumkateko ehla kawe.
Amen. I'm blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Well.
Bye. Bye. Yeah. Eso seleso ke vengisere ke. Yeah. Seso Unathi Mabunda, a home girl. Let me put it in that way. Yeah. Home girl. Yeah. Ngakuyin mar. Uyi blessile. Itlhelo ra relationship. But I'm not boku loku bless ko bless ka Bible ko
Maravel.
A general information yinga ku bless.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And pukera guys in Africa kra copy. Imnati man.
Yeah.
Yo, imnati. I kra to bala mara this one. Yo.
Me that clip nyana nje. That clip nyana nje.
Yo. Mara same. Okay.